Oh, Beastman, what are you doing here?
Nothing, Skeletor.
Right, well, I suppose you're going to tell me you've put a poo in the fridge again.
No, Skeletor. No, I haven't.
Right, well, why are you here then?
Well, Monkeyboy wanted me to tell you that there will be no amusing intro this week, as he hasn't been able to think of anything funny.
Oh, right, well, that's disappointing. Is there anything else?
No, Skeletor.
Right, well, get out of my sight before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, sorry everybody. Looks like we're just going to have to get straight on with the show. Greetings! I am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. It's the internet's best-kept secret. Right, Kat has 3 questions to start us off. Number 1, why does Whiplash drink cleaning products? Well, you possibly haven't noticed, but Whiplash is an imbecile. If he sees a bottle, he automatically assumes there's a drink inside, which has landed him in the emergency room 4 times, and the staff at the hospital now call him Toilet Duck. Question 2. Would Whiplash actually eat a guinea pig? Yes, he would, as would I. They are delicious. And question 3. Fruit or chocolate cake? Oh, that's a difficult one. I really like both. I suppose that in the interests of maintaining my magnificent physique, I would have to go with fruit. But make no mistake, I do want that cake. Thanks for the questions, Kat. Action Pop Dad asks, do you think you are harder than Tyson Fury? I think he would KO you in 2 rounds. Well, you are heavily mistaken. Have you seen how jacked I am? Tyson Fury is flabby and slow. I would simply give him the runaround until he was exhausted, and then I would dispatch him with a flying uppercut while screaming, "Shoryuken!" into his silly face. He would be carried from the ring, feeling as insecure as his name would suggest. Tyson Fury? More like Gladys Twit. Thank you for the question, APD. Alex James has 3 questions. Number 1, which of the following birds would you rather shag? Brie Larson or Smurfette? Probably Brie Larson, even if she is named after a soft cheese. And question 2, out of these 2 imbeciles, who do you think Whiplash would take in a fight? Gomer Pyle or Gilligan? Well, I don't think either of those nincompoops would present any sort of challenge for Whiplash. Those bungling buffoons would get smashed to bits by his mighty tail. Although, on second thoughts, they all would probably make friends with one another, as they're all dimwits, birds of a feather and all that. And question 3. If your body was destroyed, but not your brain, whose body would you rather inhabit? Beastman, Unicron, or Ringo Starr? Oh, definitely Unicron. I don't want to smell like urine and have fleas, and I wouldn't particularly want Beastman's body either. Thanks for the questions, Alex. Reading Movies asks, you'll do anything for money, but you won't do what? I wouldn't touch a spider. Or watch Strictly Come Dancing. Or own a poodle. Or tolerate Michael McIntyre. Aside from that, I'd pretty much do anything if the price was right. Oh, I wouldn't beat a cow to death with a golf club. That's it. Thanks for the question, Reading Movies. Stephen Gray has 3 questions for me. Number 1, flat rat in a kid's park. Clear sign of urban decay or ingenious substitute for a frisbee? Well, it really depends how the rat was flattened and how thinly. I suppose it also depends if it has dried sufficiently. I suspect you know this and are trying to catch me out. Question 2. Have you ever experienced the joys of urinating into a jug because your landlord has refused to fix your lavatory flush? No. I assume this has happened to you, and it does beg the question, what were you doing with your poos?
He was probably keeping them in the fridge, Skeletor.
Beastman, I don't know where you came from, but go back there before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, and question 3. Fly tipping a sofa. Depressing social commentary or generous donation to what would otherwise amount to featureless council waste ground? Both, simultaneously. Thanks for the question, Stephen. Andrew. Andrew, has sent in 5 questions with complete disregard of the 3-question limit. Luckily, I'm in a good mood, so I will answer them all, but it is setting a bad example for the 7 people who actually contribute to the show. If it happens again, I shall hunt you down and smack your bottom, you naughty boy. Right. Question 1. Does Beastman transport his poo to the fridge, or does he just do it right into the appliance? Well, it appears he fishes it out of the toilet and puts it into the fridge or freezer manually. And your suggestion of putting up a sign probably won't work, as Beastman cannot read. I think I shall have to get him his own fridge. Question 2. What is a dangleberry? It is a purple, plum-like fruit that hangs from a dense bush. They are more easily gathered in hot weather as they hang lower at this time. And question 3. Is there any list that you don't like? Yes, there are several lists to which I am averse, but I find that if I list them all, then I like them again. I would list them for you now, but I see Whiplash has started crying already, so I shall spare him the trauma on this occasion. Question 4. Do you have any phobias? Yes, I shall list them for you. Spiders, ballet slippers, marzipan, chutney, lavender, massive fish, lace, underwater plants, other people's feet. I'm going to stop there because it looks like Whiplash is going to faint. Right. Question 5. If you had to open a retail store, what sort of business would you get into? I could see Skeletor's Plumbing and Supply doing quite well. I'd quite enjoy running a lingerie shop, or perhaps a scented candle business, or maybe a gentleman's hat boutique. Thank you for the too many questions, Andrew. Des T has a couple of questions. Number 1. What is your drag queen name? Well, I am not a drag queen, but if I were one, I would be called Millicent Magnificent. And question 2. Now that the cold weather is here, do you not get cold wearing just your furry underpants? Well, yes and no. My legs are very hot, so they're okay, but I do get a bit nippy around my torso, and my nipples are often very hard. Sometimes I wrap myself in a blanket, but that's a secret, so don't tell anybody. Thanks for those questions, Des. 01 Masters has 2 questions. Number 1, WWE or ECW? Well, I'm not familiar with either, so I choose WWF. I like animals. And question 2, who would win a fight, Gundam Skeletor or Gundam He-Man? Oh, definitely Gundam Skeletor. I mean, look at this fearsome fellow. I couldn't even find a photo of Gundam He-Man. Thanks for the questions, Masters. Lord Malvado has been in touch via Twitter with 2 questions and a riddle. Question 1. Since you have problems putting your hands on your hips, do you have bidets installed in Snake Mountain? Yes, we do have bidets. There is no excuse for a mucky bum in Snake Mountain, and all our buttonholes are squeaky clean. Whiplash thinks the bidets are water fountains, and nobody has corrected him, so he drinks from them on a daily basis. Beastman drinks from the toilet. And question 2. Would you rather wrestle naked in a pool of jello or chocolate pudding? Jello. It's less sticky and it washes off more easily. I assume. And now the riddle. Whiplash is just going to ruin this again. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to get ahead of the problem and make up my own riddle first to get it out of his system. Whiplash, come here immediately. Right now, I said.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, here's a riddle for you. I am the male reproductive organ. I am sometimes called a willy. I am a penis. What am I?
You're a penis, Skeletor.
How dare you call me a penis, Whiplash?
No, it's the answer to the riddle, Skeletor.
What? Oh, yes, well done. Now, are you ready for Lord Malvado's riddle?
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, now this will be a different answer, do you understand?
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, just so we're clear, the answer to this riddle will not be penis, okay?
Yes, Skeletor.
Right, here's the riddle. You stick your poles inside me, you tie me down to get me up, and I get wet before you do. What am I?
A cheap $5 hooker, Skeletor.
Whiplash?
Yes, Skeletor.
I'm proud of you, Whiplash.
Did I get it right, Skeletor?
No, Whiplash, not even close. Get out of my sight before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Thanks for the questions, Lord Malvado. Retro Toy Guy Sai has some questions. Number 1. Does Beastman have a history of freezing his poo, or is this a new hobby? Well, it appears to be a new hobby. I'm glad he's found an interest, but I dislike having a pooey fridge. Question 2. What is Beastman using to get the poo out of his bum fur? Well, Beastman usually does swift and tidy poos, but if he does a muddy one, he has been instructed to use the bidet to rinse away any residual fudge. And question 3. Is there a possible market for poo freezers as a more sanitary option? No. Well, maybe. Well, I don't really want to encourage the practice, but I also don't want meaty logs in my salad crisper. Thanks for the question, Sai. And Sonic Extreme, also known as Creeper Mario, writes, "What's it like in Call of Duty, and how's Mac Tonight been doing? I haven't heard from him since his China tour in 2007. Well, being in Call of Duty is great fun, and I look amazing with a machine gun. And as for Mac Tonight, he's been off my radar for 15 years. Prior to that, he sent me a text asking to borrow a pair of socks, and I haven't heard from him since. He never did collect those socks. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. If you liked the episode, please do give it a thumbs up and share it with your minions. It really helps the channel. Do subscribe if you haven't already done so, and do leave a comment or a question for me for next week. Right, I'm off to spank my monkey. See you next time. Bye!